From the great state of Texas, you are now listening to Skip the Noise podcast, a Rounded Edge media production. Thank you so much for joining us. And by us, of course, I'm referring to Ben, aka Mexican Nostradamus, and myself, Benji James, here for another fantastic episode. Shout out to Mike Tacklebox for the music. And if you will notice, I did not introduce the Brown Python. He is not here with us yet. I guess it is a possibility that he'll join us later, but we're going to go ahead and kick that off. Possibility, I wouldn't put a hard sum of money on, but we'll see.
No.
Stranger things had happened. Mexican Nostradamus is a little doubtful, but what was I about to say right before?
What?
Goodness gracious, there was something we had just mentioned right before I was going to bring up before we got into the topic.
What were we going to bring up? Was it sexy? Was it hot?
This is great.
Was it greasy?
I'm probably going to...
This is great.
All right, let's talk about Alec Baldwin. Fuck it.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So at some point in the last couple of days, Alec Baldwin...
Over the weekend.
It was over the weekend, was it?
Yeah, man.
Who knows?
Some fucked up shit.
My timeline. This is probably, I will say this before we get going, before we start into the first topic, that this might be our least researched episode ever. So expect a lot of winging it. However, yes, there were a few notable show topic worthy events that happened since we last spoke. We'll get into Alec Baldwin. So he accidentally on the set of a movie, shot and killed another actor.
Yes.
So what?
Well, actually, hold on. I'll pull it up too, just to kind of fact check us as we go, because this is a crazy situation. I believe he killed and then, like you said, completely by accident, and it's pretty nuts. He killed let me double check and see.
Or was it a stuntman, or what was the deal?
She was she was not, I don't think she was an actor. She was something else. Hold on. She was a cinematographer, and her last
that's
name
right.
Helena Hutchins, and also the director Joel Sousa was injured also. He got out of the hospital, but no, he actually killed basically, I guess, another cinematographer. So someone, I guess, editing, or one of the other film shooters. But I'm sorry, I couldn't think of another word to say that with. But basically, film shooter. Oh boy. But yeah, basically, I mean, it's pretty rough, man. It's a pretty rough. Poor lady, dude. I mean, that's one job that you wake up in the morning and you don't think that you're gonna die, right? I mean,
no, you don't
at all. Don't. Like you don't think like, oh, I'm going to work today and there's a possibility I'm gonna die. Like that is not that thing. And so it's pretty depressing. It's pretty sad, the whole situation, especially the fact that apparently there was several there was definitely some it's been all conjecture, but there's definitely been a lot of discussion that perhaps the director or that certain individuals were not so, I guess you would say, so I guess gun safety conscious. There's several issues with this whole thing, especially the person that handed the gun to him was not an armorer, but like an assistant or something. So plenty of drama in regards to this. It's just really fucking sad. And apparently in a warrant obtained by Fox News on Tuesday, there's a direct quote that says there is an enormous amount of bullets on this set, and we need to find out what kind they were. So it's a bad situation, man. It's just really pretty fucked up.
So immediately upon hearing this, before I knew any details, your mind can go two ways. Yeah. Right. Was this like negligence? Was this unsafe environment? Precautions. I think.
Right.
This is great.
This is fucking awesome. We're running with this, dude. We're professionals. Okay, we fucking run this shit. No, well, basically
we make up our own words, but I go, well, let me just to finish the thought. It's either, negligent, accident, something of that nature, or is there foul play? Is there
something fucked up? I think that they're talking about involuntary manslaughter charges. possible. But apparently the assistant director handed him the gun.
Okay.
And told him that it was not loaded. So they don't know who, they don't know if who charges will be filed against, but they're definitely, something's going to happen. I mean, there's definitely going to be negligence. I mean, there's going to be a lawsuit. Yeah. I mean, that's just fucking crazy. I mean, it's a movie, right? But then, of course, this is not the first time this has happened. I mean, a very famous case had to involve Brandon Lee.
Yep. I was about to say, immediately when this came up, that's the big notable, event you think about when somebody being shot on set, which is even more interesting is that, obviously the Brandon and his father, Bruce, both died at young ages. Their career was taking off, all these similarities, right? Not only that, but in Bruce Lee's last feature film, Game of Death, which wasn't really his last. So he shot all the scenes in the last fighting scene where they go up the pagoda and he ends up fighting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the track suit. Everybody's seen that, right? That was the only part that was filmed. And then he went and did Enter the Dragon, blah, blah, blah. So they were left with this footage they were sitting on, and they put together this absolutely piece of shit and just tacked the footage that he had shot. Like in other words, they made the movie around the footage that they still had of Bruce Lee. Right. And it's one of the weirdest fucking, so they intersplice. We talk about Alec Baldwin, right? I knew this was going to get back to Bruce Lee, but you know what? That's what we're doing on this episode. Let's go in.
Of course.
You could get me going. I could do a whole Bruce Lee podcast. Like that's how much we'll get into that later.
Right.
Shout out to the homie Steve in California. That was the Bruce Lee Brotherhood.
Yeah, dude,
it began there.
Good guy. Guy.
So anyway,
very cool guy. Well, so I mean, this is, but I think, and I was trying to actually, as you were talking, I tried to look up some other instances, but this is kind of a big fucking deal. Like a lot of people get fucked up on movie scenes, but this gun thing is not completely foreign. I mean,
well, it's crazy because it's a death. Like, no, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's not somebody got shot in the
right.
Like, it's not an injury. This is not, like a stuntman driving a car off a fucking cliff and like, oh, we forgot to put the fucking airbags. Or whatever.
Oh shit!
Oh, and then he's dead. But
it's oh my
somebody
God.
Getting shot. So, well, just to finish the thought too on the Game of Death. So within that movie, which was, this is like late 70s when this fucking thing came out. The Brandon Lee thing happened in the 90s. I don't know, mid 90s, I want to say, right? 94, 95 ish. So the piece of shit they put together to basically what it equates to is like they had all the it's like a porn, right? Like they had all the sex scenes already done. Porn star dies, they have to make the
stun cock.
Right.
To get the stun cock, bro.
So anyway, Game of Death, that's basically what it is. It's like an absolute worst piece of garbage you've ever seen until the Bruce Lee footage that they're left with is like cut into the film. But in between, there's all these little cuts of actual Bruce Lee, like that they had the rights to from other films owned by the hell's it? Golden God damn it. Raymond Chow's production company. Anyway, they had all this footage. So like it's like interspliced. Long story short, I'm sorry. I'm about to.
No.
What I'm getting to is this: a scene in the movie, the main character, is on a movie set, and he's filming a scene very similar to Brandon Lee in The Crow, on the scene where he died.
Right.
Somebody on set who's one of the, one of the actors with its or stuntmen, whatever. All their revolvers are loaded with blanks, except the one mobster who's snuck in and somehow infiltrated the scene.
Oh man,
with a real bullet kills him, right? So, and then that goes back to the Brandon Lee incident. It was a very similar scene where like the character was getting shot, everything was supposed to be loaded with blanks. One of them had a real round in it, which ended up killing him. So there's that, right? And then. So anyway, the Alec Baldwin situation, that's immediately where my whole mind went, was the Brandon Lee and Bruce Lee all the comparisons.
Oh yeah. Well, if you think about it, like, and I was just as I was also just kind of running through people that died. I mean, there was another guy. What was his name? It was hold on, and I was just kind of going through it. Was this John Eric Hexum? He was like a actor in the 80s, and he, I guess, was in some type of action role movie. I guess he was so exasperated with filming that day, he just grabbed a 44 Magnum that had blanks and said, can you believe this shit? Just kind of talking shit. I guess just kind of carried away as a joke and discharged it with blanks, thinking it's just blanks. Well, the problem is blanks expel gases.
Okay.
And so he held it against his temple. So it actually shoved a piece of bone through his brain. Yes. And so homeboy just ended up dying too. So this is, gun accidents occur. I mean, and deaths on movie scenes do occur. I mean, unfortunately, the saddest one that comes to my mind is Steve Irwin when he was filming, and that fucking stingray got him. That's just fucking shit. That guy was a saint. I fucking love that dude. That's
Crocodile
so
Hunter,
fucking sad.
it was amazing.
Sad thing.
Another notable one was the accident on, I think it was that was the movie, The Third Kind. Or no, I'm sorry, the Twilight Zone movie. In the 80s, they made a feature film Twilight Zone movie. Right. There was a helicopter crash that killed a couple people.
Yes, it took off someone's head.
Yeah.
The fucking blades took off someone's head.
That footage is available online.
Oh, that is fucking brutal. But so here we go. Crazy thing was the AD, the assistant director, hands Baldwin the gun. I guess he starts going over his scenes, and the dude's a fucking pro, right? I mean, he's made a lot of fucking
Coffees
movies.
for fucking closers.
I mean, the guy's a fucking pro. He's also made action movies. Dude,
if you're, just to pause and just to suck off Alec Baldwin.
Oh boy.
If you want to see, to me, the best thing.
When is Alec Baldwin not getting sucked off? I mean, other than right now.
It's always Scott. It's
a perpetual blowjob.
It's a perpetual experience.
His life is awesome.
But do yourself a favor. Right now. Do yourself a favor. I'm sorry, man. You're going through a tough time, Alec Baldwin. We just want to give you some props for all the things in your
perspective.
Give you a little skip the noise accolades and some perspective. So YouTube, his scene in Glen Ross, where he comes in it's just fucking coffees for closers. That's all you need to probably put in the thing. Amazing scene. Anyway, it's just unfortunate. There's not a whole lot more to say about it, other than just be safe out there, guys. Don't
shit. Like,
don't pass the homies loaded fucking weapons.
Well, it really goes to the point of like there's so it sounds definitely not to null or sully the void of what's occurred here, but I mean, there's millions of movies made, right? I mean, you could easily say there's been a million movies made, right? Movie and from what I'm seeing, only 10 or 12 actors have actually died on set. Most of them actually from natural causes. Red Fox actually had a heart attack on set.
Was he? Did he die on set? I didn't know that.
I believe so. Yeah, he started, and they thought he was fucking around. And so they just thought he was playing. So I don't think they immediately helped him.
That's fucked up.
And John Ritter. John Ritter also. That. Right.
Because it was like, I'm coming. Oh.
Yes. And then John Ritter fucking died. Actually died. John Ritter fucking died of a massive.
Bro, why did you remind me of the Red Fox? Dude, so let's, like I said, this is the nature of this particular episode. We're doing things a little bit different.
You think?
So I'm going to take opportunities like this to kind of to riff, do a little solo. So Red Fox, Sanford and Son, bro, my dad used to watch that shit all the time. Fucking Lamont. And then we had these family friends that were from LA, and her dad actually came up, like he was in the Hollywood, man. He was like in the movie industry as some, not an actor or whatever, but like some production career, which that's the thing you forget about, like it's Hollywood, whatever, like that's the big industry in Los Angeles, like Detroit for cars, Houston for oil and gas, like that's their industry. So a lot of people, that's their job. That's their trade. So anyway, this was a particular incident but what I mean is, in that world, you hear all these cool stories because they know the real shit. Like, it's like somebody you work with, right? So like Lamont, in other words, like, yeah, this motherfucker was the biggest cokehead on the planet. Like, he was such a dick to work with, blah, blah, blah. So like, there's all this like insider fucking information. If you're from Los Angeles or whatever, that's probably, yeah, no shit, right? Blah, blah, blah. Like, that's something you probably take for granted. Anyway, it was fun always for me to visit these, it was the parents of like my friend, her and I were like kind of like brother sister style, because we were really close at the time. And then, but they would always tell these stories about her grandfather or her dad or whatever that worked on movies and all these different shows. So yeah, they had all these inside shit. But anyway, Red Fox, man, amazing, groundbreaking.
Oh
comedian.
yeah,
I used to have
fucking
I used to have cassette tapes, because everybody knows him. Obviously, Sanford and Son was what blew him up and put him on the map. But like his stand up, I used to be real big into stand up, and I had a bunch of albums and all that shit. And but anyway, I had a bunch of Red Fox cassettes, and he was a little more edgy than the lovable Fred Sanford on the show. So
and not to deviate back towards the story a little bit, but I just kind of browsing, just seeing what some of this what these injuries on these movie sets are, and there has been at least 43 people that have died on sets between 1990 and 2016, and more than 150 people have been left with life-altering injuries. But the prop gun thing seems like, wow, it seems pretty like it's the big news right now. It seems to be very rare. So apparently there's a protocol for handling these weapons, and apparently this just wasn't handled. The armor is there's a person on set that's supposed to handle weapons, make sure they're verified that everything's good to go or not good to go, and made to be seen. But there's been a lot of conjecture coming out. Like, apparently this gun was used earlier in the morning to fire live rounds. Like, people were just busting caps like a motherfucker just for the fun of it.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't even know, bro. Like apparently, and then even Baldwin's like, why would you give me a fucking hot gun? Like, it's so fucked up. And it's just very, very unfortunate that this poor lady died. And I mean, not even to try to see, apparently, her family's in unbelievable mourning,
Yeah, man.
But think about her, Alec Baldwin, in this situation too. I mean,
that's the thing.
He's fucked.
Now that sucks so much for somebody like that, they're not really responsible, but at the end of the day, it's them that pull the trigger, and
exactly
the result of that was somebody's life, man. Kind of like, it reminds me of, there was, goddamn, it was maybe like 5 years ago. That's just a rough estimate. There was a young girl that their parents had brought her to a range, and she was firing like, fuck, man, like some kind of assault rifle or something. It was pretty gnarly. So it's like, it's already like, the part of your brain is kind of like, you maybe bit off a little more than you can chew there. But she ended up accidentally killing the instructor.
Oh no.
Because she just lost control of the weapon. And
no.
Yeah, it was not. Oh, don't laugh. You're going to hell. You fucking piece of shit.
No, first off, dude, as a big gun proponent, right? Like, as a person who loves to shoot guns, why would you give a young child a fucking weapon that's like a
bro, I'm not even bullshitting.
Men can't even handle those things.
I'm not even bullshitting. I think she was 9.
God.
For whatever reason, 9 remind. Yeah. Can you imagine being a fucking 9-year-old and they're like, why? Sweetheart, because you fucked up. I mean, you know what I mean? That's heavy, dude. That's fucked up.
Oh yeah, she's never gonna be the same ever. She's like, oh, you murked your instructor. I mean, you think that she's gonna fucking do you think that she's gonna be able to eat at Denny's every day and not think about the fact that she fucking cashed somebody in because daddy wanted her to be a fucking badass or something? I mean, wow.
For real.
I mean, think about it, right? like my son, right? My son is, he's of age. I'm not going to give away details or whatnot, but he's of age to where I trained him to use a weapon properly, right? And we're talking about single shot, polymer weapons, which are, if nobody knows, so there's a difference. There's like a Glock is a polymer weapon, so it's made out of plastics and steel, versus like a full steel 9mm or something. And so it's a lighter weapon, significantly less kickback, etc. Right. So he knows how to use one of those. He knows how to break it down, he knows how to clean it, he knows how to fire it, he knows the whole shebang. I still, even with that knowledge, like he knows, like it's still very difficult. My son's not a little boy. I mean, he's like, 130 pounds, and that 9 still kicks back pretty good. So what the fuck? Like, why would someone give a 9-year-old a fucking like automatic weapon?
Your son is 130 pounds?
Yeah, 120, 130 pounds. Dude, he is
a... How tall is he now, dude?
He's not, dude. He's like 5, but dude, he is so solid. Stick? He's got, man. When Daddy's like, I'm like a toothpick, right? You know me, I'm like on rails. Yeah. Like I'm like this. I'm just not a very like broad person. Yeah. His back is just all in. Dude.
Well, because I just did the math there, and I was like,
oh yeah, he's like 5 foot.
And I know his age. I'm not gonna say his age because we're but I know his age, and I'm like, well, I'm only 30 pounds heavier than your son.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, my son's 132.
Like that's not like that's.
No,
that's like an adult going on a pretty hardcore, sophisticated diet for like a month.
Dude, he is. That's what I'm telling you.
Like in other words, like I'm a crash diet away from being the same weight as your fucking son.
I know, dude.
Third of my age, or like not even a fraction of my age.
Quarters, yeah, something like that.
A quarter, yeah, we're going quarter probably
in that area, in that arena. But nonetheless, he's 130 pounds, fucking buzz caps, holding a 9. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that with a 9-year-old? But nonetheless, it just kind of digresses back to a situation where now, you got Baldwin and some 9-year-old who killed somebody because of just improperly being handled the incorrect weapons, right? Because first off, if you have a 9-year-old out there, ladies and gentlemen, if you want them to learn how to shoot a weapon, choose something like a 22, so like a long range 22 rifle, right, dude? Right, because it's like shooting a BB gun, right? Don't hand them automatic weapons, and if you're a fucking AD, don't hand your actor a fucking hot gun, because unfortunately, it just doesn't work out. And there's some poor lady who's dead right now, and it's pretty fucked up. Rest in peace. So. Mad respect, mad love. That's not a job where you wake up and you're terrified that things may not work out. She wasn't teaching at Crenshaw High School. She wasn't hitting the roads of Fallujah. She just was a cinematographer, man. And her life, unfortunately, was ended prematurely. So, mad love, mad respect. Yeah. Hopefully there's she finds better shots on the other side, better life. So mad love to her. Hopefully, and to her family and to friends and etc. Just that's a rough one, man. That's a hard one to swallow, because there's just it's a senseless death. It's completely senseless.
Yeah, unnecessary.
Someone fucking died because people were pretending.
They're pretending. Yeah, they are. They're playing make believe.
Oh, it's like a kid dying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like I mean,
you're bumming me out, because now I'm thinking like, all they're doing is like, hey, we want to make this look really real.
Yeah, they're fucking playing. It's like a pretend play.
I just had a thought.
It's like a high school musical and someone gets fucking murked.
That's not only that, this comes. Ooh, let's break this down a little further, because something just popped in.
What is this? What is this?
Silly little head. So this is right in the midst of the workers' revolt in Hollywood. Is it?
Well, no, it plays into that. There's actually an angle that plays into that. Yeah, because apparently they had issues with the set people.
Well, yeah, motherfucker, because like the actual dudes that do that job aren't working. They've got Johnny Numbnuts.
Johnny Numbnuts.
But here's the thing. Here's what also came to my head. during that whole discussion. You want it to look real. I get it. It's realistic. Blah, 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 blah. I can take a picture in my right now where I'm at. I can grab this little device that's like within reaching distance. I can take a picture. I can send it to you through the air in like a couple seconds. Half a second.
Right.
Hollywood hasn't figured out how to make guns to where there's absolutely no question at all that somebody dies.
I know.
Like, why is, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is there even live ammunition on the set?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Maybe there's more to it that I don't, maybe there's a detail I'm missing, but my logical brain is telling me how.
Right? There's so many toy guns that are identical.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how in the absolute fuck is there even a consideration of a percentage of a chance that there's that?
Man. It's fucking, it's a madness, right?
Shout out to Alec Baldwin. God damn it.
Yeah,
why did the fucking universe, why did the fucking universe put you in this mess?
I know, man. You know what? And people say whatever they want. You know what? People say whatever the fuck they want about Alec Baldwin, but that's one talented motherfucker. And honestly, he drops it, dude. He drops it whether he's talking about a god complex. Did you ever see that one with him and Nicole Kidman? That's fucking great. He goes, "Do you think that when they're in that surgery, when they're in that room, that they're praying to God? No, they're praying to me. I am God." I was like, "Oh,
well, no, I think wasn't it? He said like, "You think I have a God complex?
Yeah, I am God." I mean, there's fucking that, and then his misaligned foray into being a superhero, The Shadow. Fucking still money. It was a good movie. People can talk shit all they want. I mean, I liked it. I fucking dug it. I mean, you could go down his whole repertoire of fucking amazing movies. And unfortunately, you know, he's 68. So as time wraps up for everybody, this is one of those situations where he may never come back. I mean, he literally saw someone die by his hand. So
yeah, poor dude.
Man, I loved Alec Baldwin. Hopefully, you know, the legal system sorts this out, and someone needs to pay. You know, there definitely needs to be some type of consequences. This was fucked up, beyond fucked up. So you know, just hopefully that nice young lady's family, and you know, there's some type of peace achieved and things moved on. But I know one thing, you know, Alec Baldwin won't be going to check out Bezos' new hotel. For sure. I mean, I don't think that's going to be on his list of things.
Not for a while.
Not his list of things to do. I mean, you know, they sent Shatner up, right? I mean, Baldwin could have been impossible, but not no more. I mean, pretty sure he's going to be earthbound for a while. So, and what we're talking about is, of course, is Jeff Bezos.
Alec Baldwin is earthbound for the foreseeable future.
He's locked. He's going to be title locked to the crust for quite a while. But what we're speaking about is Jeff Bezos' brand new.
I think the title of the episode lies somewhere in the last 20 seconds. I think
Baldwin's title locked.
So on the Earth,
Jeff Bezos is making a space station. He's calling it the Orbital Reef. And he says it will act as
that's a fucking whack name,
dude. He's calling it the Orbital Reef.
Bullshit. You can call it anything you want, motherfucker. The first space hotel, and you can't come up with some better shit than that.
Orbital Reef. That's dude. You know what? You know what? I'm just a messenger. He says it will.
I'm sorry, man. I'm offended.
It will act as a village. It's going to act as a village. That was just other thing, and he's partnering with big aeronautic people in the field. So what the fuck do you think, guys? We got space hotels. It's going to be at roughly 310 miles above the surface and can accommodate up to 10 occupants.
Got a quick question for you.
What's that?
So this is step one of this process, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what kind of intergalactic laws exist at the moment?
None. It's like the sea. It's like the sea.
Exactly. So what What's the likelihood?
Horrible things.
Dude, I'm already Epstein.
Dude, it's going to be, oh my
Are
God.
these space hotels going to house the rich and powerful evil lords?
Yes. Yes.
The theater of sex crimes. I mean, is that what? Did I project way too far into
I think you went a little bit,
this?
Yeah, I think you went all in on this potential to the dark side. You didn't even like go, oh, maybe we can like work together to like form. No, you just went straight to evil overlords and their sex.
The worst logical conclusion. But I'm offended that they didn't come. Here's the thing. I'm gonna offer my services at this point, much like the brown python has unofficially offered his. No. So now not those kind of services that's not what I'm offering. What I'm offering is to name shit.
Oh,
so anybody has, maybe it's a new company, maybe it's a book, maybe it's whatever you're doing, whatever project you have, you're just like, what is the perfect name for it? Benjamin James of the Skip the Noise podcast can take care of that for you. All you have to do is email us at skipthenoise.podcast.
Even children. We will name your children.
I'll name your.
You will name your
fucking kids.
You'll name their fucking pets, bro.
I'll name your pets. I'll name your kids. I'll name your LLC. I'll name
cock, whatever you want.
I'll name your book that's never going to come out, that you talk about every day to your friends about how you're going to write this big book, and you do it for 5 years and it never fucking comes out. It sits on your Microsoft Word file and you don't do shit. I'll name that shit. I'll name your space program. I'll name your entire, not only your company, I'll name the chapters within your PowerPoint presentation that you have to do to your freshman class at Texas State University in San Marcos. You know what I mean? I'll do all that shit.
You're all in. So, okay. So the big question is with this space station, who's going to blow the first load in this thing? Because that's really that's the first thing that's going to happen. There's going to be just some hungry chick that's going to be taken up by like a billionaire to just get railed. Exactly. Space Thought's going to get railed like against one of the windows. Like it's going to be pretty bad, right? I mean, the Mile High Club doesn't have shit on this thing. I mean, but seriously, what's the first thing someone's going to do when they get to the space hotel if they have a chick? I mean, what would you do?
First load?
If you took your significant other to a space hotel, I would immediately try to be the first person to blow a load in space. I mean, I imagine dudes have jerked it in space. There's no way. Like those guys on those international space stations are cranking it.
Oh, of course.
I mean, any normal male is going to jerk off. So there's definitely been loads dropped in space, but like some hardcore like railing is that. I mean, who doesn't want that crown, right? Who doesn't want to be the king of space porn? I mean, dude, I'm telling you, that could be the next level of porn will be space porn. If there's an industry that could send people up to do that, it'd be that. So for,
space OnlyFans account, they're like, hey, I'm in orbit. Look at my tits. Donate $5.
Well, think about it also. Who's space hotels need people that clean it, right?
No, they do. They need a whole staff. Can I read this paragraph?
I'm saying,
Let me read this paragraph from. Hold on. You sent this from the publication or website, whatever the fuck this is. Screenshot written by Monica Athen. Oh, damn, Monica. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna fuck your name up. Monica Athasius. Okay. I'm not going to read the entire article. I do want to highlight a paragraph I found a little saucy. I like the lingo involved, so I'm going to read it. Hold on. Jeff Bezos announces plans to build a space hotel. That's what we were just talking about. So, okay. So she concludes her article. This is the final paragraph of this article. Seasoned space agencies, high-tech consortia, sovereign nations without space programs, media and travel companies, funded entrepreneurs and sponsors inventors, and future-minded investors all have a place on orbital reef, the company further noted. Someone might be left out of the loop, however. I'm going to go out a limb here and say that Elon Musk's invitation got lost in the space mail. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, what whack juice, bro.
How many more dicks are you going to send into the fucking orbit, Bezos?
Right, exactly.
How many times are you going to wave your fucking space cock at all the other? This is okay. So Elon Musk, because we'll talk about this too. I'll tell you what, let me finish this thought and then we'll take a little break. And then we'll on the other side, the party in the back, we'll open it up with we'll go the Elon Musk angle, right, to this whole thing. So these super billionaires, these Tony Stark motherfuckers, it's this big dick waving contest at this point, bro, that we're witnessing.
Yep. We
really are witnessing. Wow. Remember, like with the Virgin Airlines thing?
Yeah, dude, this is
where he's just like, haha, we brought it up. We talked when I had Shepard. Yeah. Oh, shout out. Big time. I wanted to earlier in the show, I was going to do this actually, but we'll do it right now before we hit halftime. Shout out to, and I've shouted these guys out before. Shepard. I forgot what episode it was. But Shepard, one of the hosts of Deep MCs, Deep Meaningful Conversations podcast, was on the program. So go scroll through. You know, you got nothing to do. You know, you work from home, motherfucker, and you're sitting there listening to podcasts all day. Go back from the Skip the Noise library and download. So, because there's just, even though we're a current event show and like it's old news at this point, it's still entertaining as shit. So that was a great episode with Shepard. Shout out to Shepard. But anyway, Bezos, we talked a lot about that, about fucking Virgin Airlines and Bezos and their space cocks and wanting to outdo each other. And like, ooh, I was the first, like, just because I made it 1 centimeter past what is considered, Earth. You know what I mean? Like, so that's where we're at. They want to be the first, and Bezos was butthurt. So now he's like, haha, Elon Musk, I'll one up you. I'm going to have a space hotel.
Well, but Elon fucking beat everybody. Right.
Well, he beat everybody.
Sent motherfuckers to space for like 3 days.
No, he did. But here's what I'm saying is, like, they're making their little angle. Like, oh, well, fine. You were the first to get in this, or you were the first to go on a little, a flight that went across orbit. I'm going to be the first to do a space hotel. Like, that's all. And like, you're not invited. Yeah. Nah. It's so fucking stupid. Like, they have so much money that they got nothing to do.
But that's pure capitalism, right? That's
it kind of is. It kind of is, and it's kind of beautiful.
These guys are literally becoming the villains of like comic books. Like, they have so much money, they just decide to just do fucked up shit. Like who's gonna be the first person that goes to the moon and just draws a big dick on it? I mean, at this point, could anyone stop? Let's say fucking Bezos launched a ship from here to the moon, and then proceeded to let out some robots that carved a big dick in the moon that you could see every night. Who could stop him?
Damn.
Think about it. Every night you look up at the moon, especially if it's a full moon, you just see a dick and balls. No one could stop him. And he could. That's his symbol. I mean,
that would be the ultimate expression of street art.
Oh, right. I mean, he Basquiat, I guess, that shit. But I mean, think about that shit. Think about if someone used the moon as a fucking billboard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, yo, you see I got my tag. You were like the dude, the Be Someone dude, like on I-10. Like that guy's like, as far as graffiti goes, right? Like, he's a legend. Right? He got it. He got his shit up. Like, they have that stuff on t-shirts now. It's like part of it's like accepted by the fucking local government. It's like legit, even though technically it's illegal art, right? Because he's defacing public property. But this motherfucker's on t-shirt. He's like holds a fucking, I'm sure he's mayor probably gave him the key to the city at some point.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
But no, it's like, so project it to the next level. It's like, yeah, what happens if you create some kind of, so any aspiring artists out there, I'll give you a goal. Figure out how to, before you express yourself artistically, be a super trillionaire, go to space, and put whatever, put your logo to, oh shit, this is like capitalism. This is everything.
This
everything
could happen.
Put the Amazon logo, put that Amazon bullshit smiley face on the fucking moon.
How much do I bet this happens? How much do you want to bet?
Skip the noise prediction.
Happens? Dude,
you heard it here first. Episode 72.
It's gonna be a check mark, and it's gonna even be blue, and forever it'll be the fucking Amazon moon arrow check mark fucking thing.
The Amazon moon.
It is gonna be the Amazon moon, bro. Dude, we're witnessing a whole new era of robber barons. We're witnessing a whole new era of unbridled capitalism, and it's fucking crazy. It's fucking nuts. But you know what? You know what's nuts is the fact that we need to take a piss.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah, we need to take a hard piss.
I gotta take a pee. So y'all, everyone, just relax. Try to chill these new tunes. Well, who you got jamming tonight, bro?
Let's go with my boy Jeremy. We opened up the show with Mike Tacklebox, as always. Shout out to him. And but yeah, we'll do the interlude. That's kind of becoming my recent pattern.
I got to go for you.
To go Jeremy Masters in the middle, and then cap it off with the Mike Tacklebox sandwich.
Bro, this is getting fucking. I don't think this is
dirty.
This is getting nasty. I don't think Jeremy.
We're not talking about music anymore.
I don't think Jeremy would approve of this sandwiching. But all right, sweet. Well, then let's move on from this menage a trois of melodies. So we'll see y'all. We'll see you on the flipper.
I love it. All right.
See you.
And we're back. Party in the back, second half, and we will begin kind of where we left off. We never really do this. We never continue where we left off in the first half. But we had started to talk about the dick contest between the big billionaires and all the Amazons and the Teslas and SpaceX and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson and all these big boys playing in there in the big circle, and they can do all the kind of shit they want to do. So what happened with Hertz? Big circle.
I love that they're playing in the big circle. It's a big fucking deal. Apparently, Hertz signed a deal with Tesla Motors to purchase, I believe they said 100,000 vehicles from them.
That's a lot.
That's a fuck ton, enough to basically make, from what I saw and from what I read, it made not Jeff Bezos, but Elon Musk $36 billion in one day. So it's a massive thing. It's also not only done that, but it's also sent Tesla into the new territory of companies that have $1 trillion valuations. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said $1 trillion.
What was
That's the valuation of fucking Tesla right now.
What did he make in the one day?
36 billion.
That purchase, 36 billion. Yeah. Okay. So I get excited. Let's put this in perspective.
Right.
I'm a grown man. I'm I would have to say, venture to say, from an objective point of view, reasonable success. You know what I mean? I have healthy kids that are all doing well in school.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have a beautiful wife that has a job that's coherent enough to have a job. Like, all these things are positive. We have a house, right? That we are current on all our payments.
Right.
Have two vehicles. One of them paid off. One of them we're paying on, but everything's fine. Credit score is good. However,
I love this shit.
However, in no form or fashion, I used to get excited when I would hit $100 lick out in the parking lot, pushing carts back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I was like 19, 20 years old. That's the most, like, to this day, like, I might sell, maybe I go double up and I sell 2 coolers in a day. You know what I mean? In the Buc-ee's parking lot.
Gangster.
Or maybe I've got some old stereo equipment that I hit, I hit a nice little 75 or something like cool. Okay.
Right.
36 billion.
Flipping 36 billion.
Right. Like I feel like anything over 50, I'm like, ooh, okay, this is worth my while this afternoon.
It's madness, but right?
36 fucking billion. Like in one
kabut.
Like, oh yeah, what happened today? What transpired? Yeah, had a pretty good sale. Yeah, client. Pretty good sale. Client decided to purchase
100,000 of anything.
100,000.
Yeah. Let's say you made $1 widgets and someone purchased 100,000 $1 widgets from you. That's still $100,000. That's a great fucking year for most people. So just to kind of just touch on this, because it's pretty crazy. So there's a couple of countries. I mean, basically, there's companies that are bigger than most countries. But there are
that are countries.
There are a list of public corporations that are over $1 trillion. One of them being, of course, PetroChina. Okay, sure, $1 trillion.
Right.
Apple, also $1 trillion. And this is interesting. Apple hit the $1 trillion mark in August of 2018 and then hit the $2 trillion mark in August of 2020. So Apple is actually worth $2 trillion. Amazon, $1 trillion. Microsoft, similar feat, hit $1 trillion in June of 2019 and then hit $2 trillion in June of 2021. Other companies that rounded off would be the Alphabet company, which of course means Google and all of their subsidiaries.
Right.
Facebook, for a time being, was in the $1 trillion, and now they're slightly out of it. And then of course Tesla, which is just joined yesterday, the $1 trillion company.
Yeah.
This, just to put into perspective, right? Major countries do not have GDPs of $1 trillion. Like major countries, like actually several countries that you think of, you're like, oh, that's a big country, do not have GDPs of $1 trillion. I mean, just
you got any examples?
Oh yeah. Oh, as we speak, GDP over $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Hold on. I mean, it's almost ridiculous, right? To just type that in. So these are some of them, right? Let's see. I mean, it literally is of the, hold on a second. I'm trying to kind of get an idea of it. So the $1 trillion club in the macroeconomics, United States, right? The EU, obviously, which comprises
the whole thing, a continent. That's a fucking continent.
21.
It's not a country.
Japan, France, United Kingdom. I mean, it's crazy.
That's the big. I mean,
this is huge.
A handful.
Netherlands. I mean, this is only like we're talking about. Let me count. Germany. Dude, Germany's up there. They hit it. Spain's in there. Brazil, China, Mexico. Yeah, we represent. South Korea. India, Netherlands, Australia, Russia, Turkey, Belgium, Indonesia, Poland, Saudi Arabia. Oh yeah. Sweden. Dude, those motherfuckers they just must have decided to report their trillions, because those dudes have been balling. Fucking platinum, fucking plated cars and shit. Switzerland.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I think you're thinking of Switzerland.
No. Fucking Saudi Arabia, bro.
Oh, Saudi Arabia. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about
bangers,
Sweden.
man.
I was like,
bangers.
Yeah, no,
Sweden's in there.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Saudi Arabia is like gold-plated, diamond-plated shit.
Well, Argentina,
like layers.
Okay.
You can't through. The only problem in Saudi Arabia is you can't get through and he rode because of all the diamonds.
I know, right? And if you fuck up, you're gonna get nugget in the middle of a fucking soccer stadium. Jesus, but at least the sword that hits you is made out of diamond.
You have to shovel the diamonds out of your driveway.
It's not even snow; it's diamonds. Well, actually, no. I'm sorry. The list I just read. I'm slightly wrong. Those are with at least a $500 billion economy.
Oh, that ain't
$1 trillion economy. Actually, yeah, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Let's say 12,
16, 17, 18 countries.
Oh, 18 countries.
18 countries. 18 countries, and it's crazy. So the list dwindles down as they continue to these economy numbers.
What's 18? What's number 18?
18 countries. So if you go to, the list continues. So chronological order of current nations have at least a $20 trillion economy. There is one, and that's a good old US of A.
Yeah.
Good old US of A. I mean, if you think about it, we get rid of Russia like a long time ago. Like honestly, that's the crazy thing. Like Russia, they duck out like a minute. Like I don't even, Russia's barely is in the 1 trillion. Dude, I'm reading it. Russia's barely in the $1 trillion group.
Can you,
after that,
do me a favor. Trillion. Can we just go down? Can we just go 1 through, let's go 1 through 5 real quick and see if we want to do it more. Yeah, no, you've got it listed.
Yeah.
Like the top 5.
Oh, okay.
United States number 1. Who's number 2?
It's definitely EU. EU is
which is count.
That's cheating. It's cheating. It's horseshit. It's like on the EU, we achieved it. Well, it's 21 fucking countries. But anyways, China.
What if you just did North America? United States, Canada, and Mexico. Fuck your list.
Well, I hate to break this. After 4 trillion, it just goes. It just is basically EU, United States, China, and actually another person that's hidden above the belt and doing pretty good for their size of their country is Japan. They're up there, and then of course at the 4 trillion mark is where things kind of separate. 4 trillion mark, you have United States, EU, Japan, China, Germany, and India, but India drops off at the $5 trillion mark. But yeah, so. In essence, that's so some companies have valuations, especially Apple, the Alphabet Group, and Microsoft. They're $2 trillion companies. I mean, this is
they're up there. They're like they're damn near in the India range.
Oh yeah. Oh no, let's see. Let's see who drops off. Who drops off at $1 trillion? Oh yeah, dude. Several countries like Netherlands, Indonesia, Australia, fucking Mexico, South Korea, Brazil. No. Brazil's still holding. Brazil's still kind of holding. No. So 2 trillion, dude. It's pretty bad. It's a lot.
Do this for me. Let's get numbers.
There's like 260 countries in the world.
Alphabet is evaluated at what?
About
4 trillion or 2 trillion. Okay, so give me one example of a country that's 2 trillion.
$2 trillion. Dude. I'll fucking give you $2 trillion. Dude, fucking France.
Look at that. Okay, so there you go.
They have more valuation.
That company makes than France.
Fuck France.
Nah, man. I'll go.
I know. I'm just playing.
All right.
I love the French. I'll ride on them.
I do like France. They get a bad rap.
I'm all in. Been there. Agree with the rap. Been there. But
I've actually technically I've been there too.
I've been there. Just I agree with the rap. I agree with it. It's definitely a country that if you're going to visit, it's kind of like there's some of those bars in like Boston and in the Northeast where like you go in there and they talk shit to you and that's like the appeal.
Right.
That's France. I mean, if you want to go, and don't get me wrong, there's beautiful parts of France, but if you're in Paris, it's rough. And I haven't been in like quite a while. So, but either way, so France, fuck, dude, United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like,
wow. So
they're 3 trillion.
Whoa,
so they're 3, but still pretty
but basically
fucking close. Yeah. I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, who else is in Italy? Fucking Italy, dude. Italy, Brazil. I mean, Russia is Russia. The big.
That's what they make.
Yes, 2 trillion.
Alphabet makes a like
more.
Russia.
Yeah. Russia is like a punk bitch to them. So like, nonetheless, you see this craziness, you see this mad wealth, and now you just got to throw Tesla in there with this massive sale from Hertz, which is interesting because I think there is going to be that push for electric vehicles. That's going to be pretty big. I like dinosaur fuel vehicles. I know a lot of people, have issues in the environment and shit like that. But you know what? There's worse polluters. You know what I'm saying? There's worse things that are out there. So yeah, it is what it is. But with the push for electric and all that, I think Hertz just is kind of looking at the future. Plus, also, I could only imagine what other type of government subsidies they got for this deal. I mean, there's got to be more incentives than, than what we know about.
There's got to be. But yeah, that's
pretty crazy, guys.
It's a fucking bold ass move.
It's unbridled capitalism. I mean, think about it. Unfucking bridled capitalism.
I wonder, where does Hertz stand in the?
Oh, and Hertz has a pretty good valuation.
Avis.
Well, they got to have a big dick.
Avis budget Hertz.
Hold on, let's see. Hertz.
What's the other one? Enterprise.
Car rental value. Let's just see what they're worth. Company.
Hertz, I believe, was famously wasn't which rental car company was OJ?
I don't know.
Was it Budget?
I don't know. I think it was Budget. I think it was. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Budget for OJ. Yeah. Dude, that's fucking, it's money. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what Hertz company valuation. It's not really all the news is just filled up with how they just basically hooked it up, right? Hold on. 100,000 cars. That's fucking madness, man. It's not showing me. I'm not seeing what they're worth, but I guarantee they're not worth $1 trillion, but they just spent a fucking $1 billion because that's a lot of money on these fucking cars, man. So good for them, bro, right? Good for them. And I think electric cars, I think you're going to see more predominance of them because I've really started seeing this undercurrent, and you guys can fucking mark this here. What is this episode? What are we? 71, 72? No, 72, right? 72. Mark this on 72. In the next 5 years, we're going to see a massive push into nuclear power.
Yeah.
The rumblings are there. The underpinnings are there. Everyone's starting to talk about it. You're starting to hear like even clean energy advocates mention how clean it is. We're going to start seeing that, which is going to be perfect for this electric car revolution because basically, once we really start using nuclear power, it really does reduce the amount of electricity cost. And at the same time, it's while it's super dangerous if shit goes sideways, it's pretty fucking efficient. So that's one thing we're going to see quite a bit more, I think. And so this is just Hertz and them are just kind of playing into the future of that. Just hopefully nobody fucking gets trashed on shift and fucking causes a 3 Mile Island and shit. I mean, fuck, dude. Fuck, you got, what's his name? Carter was fucking doing figures with everyone because I believe in real life he's like a really like a nuclear, like almost a nuclear physicist or something. So he was actually doing calculations to figure out how big of the gas bubble that was building in there was. Like anyways, sorry, I digress. But yeah, so just that's the next thing we're starting to see. I think we're going to see a huge push for nuclear power, guys. You're going to start seeing everyone talk about it because, to be frank, if we can control it, it really might be a better option. But
yeah,
we always fuck shit up. We're going to see fucking people glowing and shit. But yeah, pretty neat, man. So next time you rent a car from Hertz, guess what you're going to have? You could have you could have a Tesla. That's right. And what's the best way to start? How does that that benefits Tesla so much because how many people will rent a car before they buy it? There's actually a pretty decent subsect of people that will rent a car and be like, man, I really like that fucking car.
Yeah.
Maybe I should buy it. I mean, it's free advertising for Tesla in a sense.
That's true.
And it floods the market.
I considered, I didn't end up doing it or pulling the trigger on the thought, but I rented a Dodge Caliper one time.
Right.
And strongly considered purchasing one.
Right.
I didn't do it, but yeah, that was the thing.
But because you tried it out.
For right.
Yep.
Not only that, look at it this way. So I'm gonna rent a car. Okay.
Right.
That's way less commitment on the type and oh fuck, I see what this is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rent a car. You know what? I would never buy a Tesla because I'm not a Tesla guy. You know what I mean? I got
I
ain't no Tesla guy. I'm not
fuck these battery cars, eh?
I'm no fucking
leave them for the kiddies.
I'm no pinko liberal. But you know what? I'm visiting Aunt Tutti Frutti in Cleveland, and I'm stopping at Hertz.
Tutti Frutti in Cleveland.
I'm stopping at Hertz, and you know what? The only thing we got left, homie, because rental car places never have what the fuck you want. Like they never have. Hey, I want a mid-sized sedan. Fuck yourself. We have minivans and fucking
we have a 15 passenger van. That's what you got.
We have. That's all we have, dude. Like, what do you mean talking about? Like on the shit, I booked it. Like it was on. Like when they get there, the guy's like, I don't know. Like, let me see if I can lick my thumb and get the graffiti off of your fucking bullshit car. No, but so anyway,
graffiti off.
People go to Hertz. And they're like, you know what?
Savages at your fucking local Hertz.
Well, this ain't Enterprise, dude. I mean, this is Hertz.
Bro, you got some savages at your fucking Hertz for real.
Damn right. You damn right. And so, for real? You don't have the fucking, the SUV, the blah, 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 fuck. All you have is Teslas. All right, fine. Fuck it. And then you get in the Tesla and you're like, oh, you know what? I get it now. I'm in a Tesla. This thing can massage my fucking ball sack.
I don't think the Teslas does that. I don't think
it doesn't do that yet.
I don't believe so.
This shit, I put this bitch on autopilot. Listen to my favorite podcast, Skip the Noise, brought to you by Rounded Edge Media, and massage my nuts with this seat warmer.
Nice.
I don't even have to drive. I take my hits. I'm driving a Tesla now. This is the perfect rental car experiences.
It is, dude. And it's going to turn on a whole audience, bro. It's going to turn on a whole audience because it's going to turn on the business commuters, the people that rent them. And those are the guys that can also drive sales. So to me, it's fucking dope. I mean, it's a great move for both of them. But yeah. But speaking of fucking, cars, like the Mercedes, their S-Class, they have in the seats, hot stone massage.
How does that work, dude?
I don't even fucking know, but it works. And apparently it's supposed to be fucking spectacular. So while you're driving down the freeway, your back's just getting fucking worked. It's supposed to be fantastic.
Sounds amazing.
Dude, I would even fucking imagine. I would be fucking dead within 2 weeks if I had some type of massager in the car. I'd fall asleep. Just fucking fall asleep.
Check this out. I recently found, so in my wife was going to actually have me sell it because, as you know, Skip the Noise listeners, if you've been listening to the show for a while, you know that I am very active on the interwebs when it comes to selling bullshit merchandise.
Nice.
And anyway, we had this little neck massager that you plug in, a little electric joint. It's got the little system, and it's got you can even put lights on it, or select that option. Fucking it's all LED'd up and everything. It's very official. And I notoriously have, I don't want to say neck problems, but like I'm always the guy like cracking my neck and shit, and everybody's like, God damn, like fuck. Like everybody gets all squeamish and shit just because I'll turn my head to the side like a fully go 90 degrees with it and just like pop, like I'll get these major pops. It's probably not good. I don't know. So maybe I could use a neck massage. Good. So we found this thing in my wife's closet that she wanted me to sell. And she's like, yeah, try it, like plug it up. So I laid down on the rug that we have in our living room, plug that shit in. I almost didn't do the podcast tonight because I was like, you know how like when you scratch like a cat like behind the ear or a dog,
right?
And they just zone out and they're like, oh, I'm floating. I'm floating in the fucking Mark Zuckerberg's fucking metaverse with glasses on. And I'm floating. I'm like, gravity no longer applies to my existence.
Nice. That's
so
a dope existence.
Yeah, I don't even know why I was talking about neck massage.
I like this. I don't know where this. I'm loving this. I don't know where the fuck it's going. I like these trips. You know, it's like you know, whenever you're a child and you just get in the car, you have no idea where you're going. That's what happens sometimes with you. That sometimes you just you start the car up, you rev the engine, and you just start driving, and then about 60% down the road, you're like, where the fuck are we going? And I'm just like, who cares? Let's just ride. Right. Dude, second star to the right, straight on till morning.
Yeah, man. So I come from a divorced household. So that means, you know, Monday through Friday with mom, you know, weird weekends with dad. And like a lot of these dad trips, that's kind of my dad's personality. That's kind of where I get that. It was just like, if we went somewhere, like took a road trip, it was just like, yeah, fucking whatever. We'll figure it out. Like every time. So we always had these, like, as a result of that, it's like, yeah, I don't even know if there's any fucking rooms open, but we're going to go anyway. We're going to get in the fucking car. We're going to put gas in it. We're going to go. You end up in fucking Arizona and there's like nothing open, like whatever. Finally, you know, up to like 12:30 in the middle of fucking midnight. Finally, there's like a Super 8 where like a Cub Scout troop decided to bail or canceled on the trip because their bus broke down. Like, okay, cool. So we get into like, you know what I mean? And then Chinese buffet caught on fire and whatever.
Oh, bro.
You figure it out as you go. That's how my
Super 8. That's how you
sometimes
say it
we
right
get
there.
Yeah, Super 8, man. Little stains on the carpet. Ain't nobody ain't bothering nothing. Just be
Nope.
careful with your socks, man. Keep your socks on. Wash your hands every time you touch.
Real.
Wash every time, you know, we're not going to put those utensils in your mouth, baby. You're going to sit there and you might have to sleep in the bed. That's the only problem. You really don't know if there's a bed bugs or especially in the days.
Dude,
in the days
bed
of
bugs,
Lord.
at least your worries. Bed bugs, at least your worries at a Super 8, bro. That shit got like COVID syphilis. Like, it's just like that's what it is. They intermingled. Dude, you know what I saw the other day? That was rough as fuck. Red Roof Inn.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, dude. It looked like it was built in the 60s, and you could just see the prostitutes' high heels hanging off of the balcony. I mean, it was rough. Like, nobody stays there that genuinely wants to go to bed. It's all meth heads and prostitution, bro. It was,
you know how those places
scary rough.
I'm gonna skirt the edge real close on this one.
I like skirting. I like it skirt.
If you've ever been to places like this, there's a whole thing where you know, you'll show your ID and you'll have to pay cash, but there's no key involved because there's no possible way that you're going to be there overnight. Right.
Oh, like the hourly rates.
Yes.
Hourly rates.
So like the entire establishment is like, well, no, there's no key. You just lock it when you're in there. You fucking leave when you're done. You give me the money and you're done. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's how those places work. No keys involved. It's just, while you're in there, whatever the fuck you do for however long, you lock the door and then you come out.
Bro. Those places. There's not enough bleach for those sheets in those places, man.
Right. I mean, that's what
nasty. Oh, the hourly rate places. Oh, dude. Like, especially like they're always like a bunch of them all like grouped next to each other. Like, now that's a place where if you went to work, it's a little iffy if you're gonna come back home, right? I mean, like, you know, that's
there was a place. You might have seen it a time or two. I don't think it exists anymore. It's something else, but right off of the Southwest Freeway was the Roadrunner Inn, and this was, you know, a place that ladies of the night would conglomerate, and but anyway, it was a big little place over there. And like, I had a friend that that I worked with at the time, that's where he lived. Like it's not even economically savvy because like you're losing.
It's really expensive. I mean? It's really expensive to like live in those hotels
because it's you're paying daily.
Oh,
even if you're paying weekly, it's still like a ripoff.
Dude, it is. It's a shit.
Yeah, I just remember. It's like, he remember they were telling like, fucking I stay at the Roadrunner. Like, yo, man, like every night, like, yeah. That's why you're always broke. Yeah, I know. Okay. Fine. Like, I don't know. I just remember.
Dude, what do you,
I just remember that was that one time. That was the one time where I knew a dude who lived, like his resident was the Roadrunner off of the Southwest Freeway.
Oh, and that's a rough one. And this is nothing to do with
not a great place.
Yeah,
dude, especially with the locale of this.
There's a Red Roof Inn probably pretty close to that Roadrunner Inn.
There's
Oh, dude. I mean, well, you know, the funny thing is, and this is not to discount like people that actually stay in like kind of corporate housing hotels and stuff like that, but this is like the real ones where like off the side of the freeway that basically say like, you know, like it's sketchy. Like the roof, the shit looks yellow, even though it was painted white like 20 years ago. There's like the parking lot has a fence around it. Right. So you can't see the occupants that are in the hotel. I mean, it's like the strip club rule. You know, all the cars are in the back, so the wives can't see what's going on. These particular hotels have quite a bit of that shit happening.
Straight up.
Just dirty, brother. Just dirty. So yeah, man, else is
dirty.
My balls.
Your balls, and your balls are about to take us to the end.
These balls gonna take us to. Tell me.
These balls are gonna take us to uncharted territories and deeper waters than we're used to swimming in. And
the balls are gonna
get your life vests together and your little floaty rafts.
Oh my god!
You know, your inflatable paddle boards. Get your oars out. Come with us.
This is some real Immanuel Kant shit right here, bro. This is some fucking magic going on here. Oh fuck, dude. This is amazing.
We'll show you the new order of the billionaire sex parties.
What the fuck is happening here? Oh my god. That's awesome. The new order of sex parties. I love it. It's brilliant. It's catchy. It's catchy. I like it.
Yeah.
I think people are really going to learn a lot from the new order of sex parties. I dig it.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's no international or intergalactic
planetary
rule of law at this point. It's just it's the Wild West.
There's
go ahead.
So many horrible things.
Build your orbiting house of sex crimes. Do that for me.
That's the title. Orbiting House of Sex Crimes. Brought to you by Nehbisko. And we lost Nehbisko simply sponsoring us ever.
I love it. I am. Say that one more time because I'm writing that down.
Which one? The orbiting House of Sex Crimes. Brought to you by Nehbisko. I think that's the greatest one ever.
I think that's the only show we've titled live. Like, as
that was pretty dope.
Normally I decide after, you know, when I'm in the editing process. So I'm like, ooh, Nostradamus dropped a dime piece, and I'm going to work that into some kind of a title. This one we did it right on the spot. Orbiting House of Sex Crimes, brought to you by Nehbisko.
Yeah, we rubbed the money on this one, guys. So this is going to go down as a fucking classic. Like one day when we hit 100 million viewers, and fuck it, you guys are gonna know that today was the day we took the ride, and you guys buckled in, you enjoyed it, and now we're gonna have to fucking just cruise off into the sunset.
Cruise off in the sunset, let you loose.
Yeah.
What did you learn? How can you apply it in your life?
Don't go to space.
Don't go to space.
You're gonna get raped.
100% possibility. You're gonna get shot.
Yeah.
Don't work in Hollywood.
Space.
Not a good look right now.
No, it's not. It's not. Get that safe job at the quickie mart, because it's probably safer than these fucking Hollywood sets are right now.
That's right. Rental cars not included. You can
charge
go
that
ahead
bitch up.
Charge that shit to my Space Hotel account. We'll just put that on the room 72. Skip the Noise podcast, brought to you by Rounded Edge Media Productions. Shout out to the Brown Python. Yep. Everything's all gravy, but we just get busy sometimes. So myself and Mexican Nostradamus had to hold it down for the evening, and this was a pleasure. It wasn't a normal. If you're a first time listener, this wasn't the normal format of the show. We kind of. We got a little out there, but that was the goal. We keep doing these things. We pump them out. We don't have to make these uniform.
We got to mix them up. We got to mix this shit up.
Organic. You got to mix it up, man. They can't all be the same.
No,
so just enjoy it for what it is.
Missionary every time. You got to flip it around a little bit.
That's all right, dude.
You stick to missionary. Just get
a little side work. Yeah. Mix it up.
Yeah. Put a leg up. Figure it out.
That's right. Apply a little more pressure than normal, or the opposite, or let off.
Or just a little shake
the same thing every single time.
That's talk, right. Gyrate. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do to get things wet and moving.
That's right. If you normally drink vodka, maybe try Cabassier. Maybe it'll give you a little bit of different angle on the way you're approaching that product. So if you need any advice, or if you need to, if you need anything named, please hit up Skip the Noise podcast at gmail.com, or find us on Instagram, skip_the_noise_podcast all day, every fucking day. Shout out to Mike Tacklebox for the music and Jeremy Masters for the music and the fucking vibes and the positive mental attitudes that we provide everyone with our thoughts and our artistic spoken word. Space sex crime hotel corporations. Have a good night, motherfuckers. Go the fuck to sleep. Shut the fuck up. Keep it real. Represent. We'll see you next week. Fuck everybody. Love you.
You're like an abusive boyfriend.